Well, today should be Wednesday, February 1st, 2023, and today is an extremely special edition of Live at Urban Wild. Besides the fact that we've thus far survived the storm, survived the onslaught of things, the natural chaotic energy that's trying to reboot the planet and save us from ourselves. While that's going on, we've had an interesting shift in energies, all positive, but the shift is disturbing until it settles. Of energies, just like we just heard, where too much is going on at the same time, too much positive change is disrupting. We're trying to be careful not to cause too much disruptions because we don't want anyone to get hurt. We don't want anyone to get scared, don't want anyone to have a reaction where their reflex reaction causes a lashing out for no apparent reason. I say that because it can be applied to the cats, which it does. It can be applied to humans, which it does. It can be applied to every situation of the powder keg, what we call this Cold War. Which Cold War? Every Cold War. Every Cold War that's now keeping us at bay, but the tensions are higher than ever. The tensions are higher than ever, which is why all I'm trying to do is spread the truth and spread peaceful solutions to help people in the world, and yet no matter what I do, I get shut down. We announced yesterday for the first time that we're about to go live today with what we called our telethon, which isn't a telethon. Telethons don't exist anymore. Who uses telephones? Our telethon was to bring together enough people in the world to recognize the message in the crowdfunding campaign that we never launched, only for the sake of hopefully getting enough people to understand that when they like it all at the same time, even without giving money, that slacktivism will be the trigger that changes everything for the good. Now, we've seen it, and then things that clawed back. Here's that cat with the one eye, the gushing eye. Yesterday we had a brave volunteer risk trying to give it medicine, which we did. Hopefully it'll be doing better. That's how these cats survive. They're all here from all these different families. The kittens are growing up. The grandchildren are on their own now. They're not being nursed anymore. The babies are big. Everyone wants independence. They didn't even stick around long enough to get full unless they ate really fast and stuffed their pockets. The point is, at 7 o'clock, coming up really soon, we were going to have a live Zoom call on LinkedIn, calling out all the professionals, all the people that have committed already, all the resources of the world leaders, whether they are business people because they promised all their money. The wealthiest people in the world have promised over 90% of their money to solve the problems in the world, yet nothing's going on. Visual and dramatic enough that actually is changing things. Political leaders have signed every single time there's been a COP meeting since the Paris climate changes. Everyone's committed to make change, yet not enough is happening. Religious leaders all around the world have signed all the documents. I was there. I'm a signatory. It was presented at the COP27 meeting in Egypt recently, and yet still not enough is being done. The only thing being done is that activists that are tired of being quiet are being put in jail or silenced in other ways. On that happy note, we had at 7 o'clock, which is coming up very soon, scheduled a Zoom meeting on LinkedIn. We were invited to do it. I didn't ask to do it. We were invited to do it, but the minute that I made it big enough, my identity has been put in question again. I have been a victim of identity theft every single time I try and do something great, and I realize that I have to use it to my advantage. I have to let people take the credit. I have to let people take my name, to let people take my children and my grandchildren, to let people take everything I have in order to get things done. Well, that's fine. For the sake of progress, it's fine. So here we are. All I was going to do, and I did it very carefully, including taking on an international human rights lawyer to defend me, to be my witness, to represent me, to explain how nothing I'm doing is threatening. I've warned and warned and warned people prophetically, not because I'm a prophet, just because we have the right algorithms we were asked to use by the same world leaders, whether they're political, whether the government, whether they're business. And every single time it came to the same answer of how we can save and fix the world, we were shut down with NDAs, with assassination attempts, with near-death experiences, with death experiences, with hospitalizations, with other threats, with financial threats, with identities being taken away, with being incarcerated, being put in mental institutions. Every single possible way you could try to shut somebody up, I've been shut up. But somehow when they left me to die and I didn't die because the will to help carried on, I came back and here we are. So starting very, very soon, I'm going to be signing off of this feed, and going on to the Zoom call. I have no idea who's going to be there, but the Zoom call is to publicly address in front of everyone openly, why isn't more being done? What are the excuses when we have answers that can help people that don't cost any money? So that's happening very soon. On that happy note, I'm going to sign up. Whoever sees the cats and gets what I'm showing, wonderful. And here we go. Get ready to try to link into the Zoom chat. I'll try to link the link to this post. Infinite love and gratitude.